Good morning, everyone. I thought I'd show you guys around what the kids and I all have done so far. So here is shells we collect from the river down here, the creek rather. See them? Clams, mussels, and there are some that actually still have the mussels in them, and they are edible. And my grandson says, "Let's eat some, Grozy." We've been watching Alone together. And so I read up on it, and well, I guess we're going to try it out. There's a little fireplace down here. I thought we could just do it like, right? Yes, and Alone. Oh, and there's also crawdads down there, and they're edible as well. So I thought, well, let's do it. They want to do it. Let's do it, right? Yes, okay. Then here, these are the sticks we dragged up. That's what's left over. That my grandson and I, again, we cut these posts, and then I just put this rope around it. That's temporary. We're braiding some. See all that grass down there? That tall. And it's great for braiding. But here's our little garden. This is the boys' garden. Tomatoes, peppers, bell peppers, and basil. We already harvested basil. There's some tomatoes already on it, tiny ones. The peppers are still, though they are coming up too. They haven't bloomed yet. And over here is the girls. Pomegranate melons. They're tiny little mountain melons. Cucumbers. And we got blooms. And here is a cucumber. Look at that, you guys, right there. You must wonder what this is. We're gonna make our own clay. So it's in the process. We're in the process. Yes. So all kinds of things we're doing together, and it's so much fun. Oh, you guys want to see? This is where I live at right now. Creek is down there. It's beautiful. They're working next to us. Another house is going up. That is so beautiful, isn't it? And that's where we go down. See, I don't know if you guys can see it. Down there is our entrance down to the creek. We went yesterday, and oh my gosh, there are these gorgeous flowers down there. Tons of them, really tall. And I wanted to pick some for my daughter. Loves a bouquet. And I went from the creek side in and started to sink in the water about this deep, and I'm going, this is not gonna work. Not this. So I went from the other side, from the dry side in, and I sunk in even deeper, this far. I lost one of my shoes, water shoes, and had to get on all my knees. My hands also gotten in all the way. I'm hollering for my grandkids. Come help, Grozy. I can't get out. I was able to pull my legs out and the shoe, and then on my hands and knees, slowly back up, onto solid ground. Didn't get no flowers. Oh, I haven't given up yet. I'll figure out a way on how to get over there. My grandkids saw me and all this money. Hey, Grozy, we want to try. I'm going, no, you're not. I was worried my granddaughter would sink in. It was so soft. Would sink in all the way to her chest. Anyway. So here we are. Oh, it was fun. We had to get back in the creek to get cleaned up. And my little granddaughter, she says, Grozy, is it quicksand? as the sign over here says, we made the first week I was here, the Adventure Maniacs. So much fun. And they're so into it. So instead of that rope, which is, as I said, it's just to keep the dogs out. And these dogs here, they're not like my dogs who go, what is that? How high is that? These guys don't. They're just, anything will stop them from, little barrier. But if there is none, what is it about dogs getting into your garden? So here with this grass, which is like this, I don't know what it is exactly. It looks like it could be some kind of a, from birdseed, millet, or something. I'm not sure. Look, it grows like corn. Of course it's not. See, like this. And I braid it. Oh, here's my starter. And this will be plenty to keep the dogs out. And it's once the garden is done, it can all be taken down, right, if need be, and it's all biodegradable. You just throw it out there, and it becomes part of the earth. Then my grandson, as I said, you get them interested, and children just suddenly, oh, okay. So my grandson found this. It's just a piece of mesh of a bag, or rather something they lay down before you put sod down. And he says, Grocie, we can make something out of this. I said, oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm going, what? But I said, what is it? I mean, it is what it is, and what could we make out of it? He's excited about it, so why would I say, no, this is just trash, right? So we're going to reuse it for something. I said, you could use this for one of your 3D paintings, which the whole wall in there now is full. Beautiful. Just, I'm amazed on their creativity, and then I just finish things up to then make it also look finished, and they love it. They love their little creations. And of course I do. I told my daughter, whatever you don't want, because the little one is so busy when it comes to that. It's like, Grocie, I'm ready to paint again. Oh, okay. We're starting to run out of paint. But I've got other projects as well that, in the back of my mind, what else we're going to do. And so it's all good. It's been an amazing time. I've been here about half the time now. I'm not quite, about half the time I'm going to stay here, and yep. Every day is just an adventure. Every day. I'm not kidding. Every day. And I just love the connection I'm also making with my grandchildren. That, as I said, we're far away, and people are busy, so you don't get to see them that often. And this time here again, and now they're a little older than last year, the little one, my little granddaughter and I were here by ourselves last night, and we watched Frozen. And part of that, she said, Grocie, I want to watch the other one. I said, what's the other one? Frozen 2. Okay. And that's one of her favorites. Elsa is one of her favorites. She has the dress, one of the dresses she has. She walks around like a little princess most of the day, or a ballerina. It's one or the other. And we're laying there. She comes, she snuggles up. She says, Grocie, I just love you. I'm going, no, I love you too. And it is so genuine, right? Yes, my grandson, he's the same. You can tell. We fixed his basketball stand. It's a good one. But again, that boy has a strength. So it's part of the hoop and the back part bent. They were actually able to bend that metal pole in the back. And I'm thinking, now, surely that wasn't cheap. That's a nice setup, you know. You can have in the house, outside of the house. And I'm looking at this metal pole and I'm thinking, two boys at 7 years old were able to bend that because they were dunking, okay? And then you hang half on the, right? And they were able to the one part of the back part twisted, or was able to put enough pressure on it to actually smash that pipe in the back and bend it, okay? Even cracked, okay? And of course it cracked, but because we tried to straighten it out again, which we did, but the damage is done. And I'm thinking, really? They can't put, there's pipes big enough, okay, for that? That would not happen. They can't do that. Well, because it becomes a little heavier or something. I'm just saying, what kind of fuzzle are people making out there, right? Yes, of course they got into trouble over it. Or trouble, you know, just look what you did. Doesn't go on. Well, they didn't really do anything that you don't really do. Well, that you, I mean, should be able to do with a basketball hoop and a setup like that. Okay, just saying, right? Yes? Yeah. Well, anyway, I would return it and say, what is this? That's what I would do. And say, I want another one. Or rather, no, I don't want another one. Just give me the money back and I'm going to go get something better. Right? Again, one could just go and get a pipe. And I said, here, I would make them doggone things that kids can actually play on it, and the way that they're seeing it, that the adults play it, right? I said, this isn't the cheap thing, right? Okay, but the material, the pipe they used on the back, right? Fuzzle, just fuzzle. Yeah, very disappointing. So, can't blame the boys. Here you're playing basketball, and you got to be careful of the basketball hoop thing, you know. What the heck is that? Anyway, best thing is you make something yourself, and then you know you got it done right. Okay, right. People spend so much money on all this stuff, right? Yes. Well, anyway, so there it is. I have my complaints on that one. I'm with the boys. Oh, that was another thing. I'll just flex my arms. I don't know what he was watching, but every time we do something now, because they're sawing and all that, okay, he's kind of realizing, well, that takes out a lot of you, and you do things just, you know, handheld tools, not electric, and this, right, which I'm sure, because they're building the basement out here, not right now, but I'm sure he watched, and all those power tools, and here we are, we're doing everything by hand, you know, taking turns sawing and stuff like that, which he's really into. And here, and every time I do something, I just, hang on, Rosie, I gotta flex first, you know. And he does a couple of stretches, you know, especially when we fix the hoop, which we also had to tighten up the, okay, all right. Well, anyway, it was fun. It was fun to do that with him and see how really into it he gets, right? And focuses really well. Right? Yeah, okay. Anyway, all right, enough talk here. Let's get going. Oh, my poor Bible. I found 2 pages that had come out. One page was all crinkled on the end. So I had to fix that. I'm looking at my Bible. I'm going, oh, my dear me. Hopefully, I'll just, when I pass away, depending on what they decide to do with my body, you know, either burn the Bible with me, this Bible with me, or lay it with me in the casket or something. Yeah. It's just paper and it's already yellowing big time. Yeah. So it's an older Bible. I use it so much, and who else is going to use this Bible? You want to tell me? Huh? Yes? Yeah. Yeah, one of my children might, I don't know. I was going to go and see 1990. This is the 1990 edition. I don't know. 1990. That's got what? 33 years. 33 years old. 33 years old. The age of my son. All right. He'll be 34 this year. Oh, what am I doing? I slept really good. I slept so good as I just went a little bit in a fog. All right. We are in Judges 7. Oh, I saw a lot of good things happening. Again, seems like a little revival movement going around. Yes, proclaiming Jesus, singing to Jesus. Yes, this God. And they're going to major cities all around the country. Going, yeah, that'd be great. Let's just have July as the month dedicated to God and Jesus. Jesus, our brother Jesus. Let's celebrate our brother Jesus. Yes, yeah. And that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yes, yes. Month of July. Yeah. Restore some things from the month before. Daniel. Well, you can't stop people if they're allowed to do certain things. Even in public, you know. So what? Just look and you're going, man, I feel like I have a deja vu here now. And then, okay, is it done? Is it over with? Okay, now let's restore again. Right? Yes. What else can you do? Right? Renewals. Right? In the fall, when a lot of the things that I've planted are coming to an end, right? Get the last. Instead of red tomatoes, you got green tomatoes. People figured out what to do with green tomatoes. I like them best pickled. Yes, that's what I do with green tomatoes. Delicious. And but the tomatoes probably most likely won't turn red anymore, right? Yes. I've had tomatoes all the way into December, as long as it doesn't frost too bad, right? But as soon as you have a good frost, that's it. So you want to save everything, so it kind of winds down, I think. And I clean off everything, just about everything, every fall into winter in my garden to have it ready again for next year. And then in the spring, it's like a renewal again, where and do you know how often I've heard from people say, I'm done, I'm not doing this anymore, you know, especially when you have really big fields of getting older this in the spring, and I'll just plant a few things this year, just enough for me in a way, because again, what is it about store-bought food people are so gung-ho about? I'm not getting it if you can have it otherwise, right? And then the spring comes and January hits. It doesn't even, it's still winter. I'm going to get the seed stuff ready and this. And it's like, it's if you're a gardener, right, and you love that, and you have this connection to earth, right? Yes, I'm just saying, then you can't wait to get started again. It's like this bug hits you, right? Yes. They say spring fatigue is a real thing. It's a real thing, I think, too. But the thing is this drive to want to start to plant and grow things again. Yes, renewal every year, again and again and again, and it never gets old. It just never gets old. The excitement of the first little seeds, you know, sprouting, is just, oof. I hope you do well. So, month of July, it's in the middle of the year, more or less. And renewal of just what we went through. Yeah, just despicable stuff that people do out there. For what? Oh my gosh. So then to see this movement now going through, right, city after city, people just, the emotions are so beautiful to see how people are touched by that. That's the thing. Being touched by the Holy Spirit. I feel like I get touched by the Holy Spirit every January going into spring to grow things again. Yes. People gather together under the umbrella of God and our brother Jesus. There you get touched. You just do. Yes. Beautiful. Anyway, so, alright, let's get going here. Talk for 21 minutes, dear me. It is what it is. So, Judges 7:2. Small chapter 2. First we had the call of Gideon. Now it's Gideon's campaign to the west of the Jordan. Oh, interesting. They had some stuff on the West Bank going on in Israel. The last week or something. Yahweh reduces the numbers of Gideon's army. Whoa, what's going on now? Jerubbaal, that is Gideon, got up very early. I don't know, why did they change the names of something about something? I don't know what that is all about. Jerubbaal. Got up very early, as did all the people who were with him. He pitched camp at En-Harod. The camp of Midian was north of his, under the hill of Moreh in the valley. Yahweh then said to Gideon, "There are too many people with you for me to put Midian into their power. Israel might claim the credit for themselves at my expense," they might say. What? Oh my gosh. Oh really, Father? What? You got an inferiority complex going on? If it's like, what? What is this? So you win a war better with God if there are fewer people so that God can take credit. That's what this is saying here. This just doesn't make any sense. Oh, Danielle, can't I not find something positive here in all this? I just can't. It doesn't seem to be possible. This is the way God is presented here. Just how does that make any sense? They might say, "My own hand has rescued me. So now make this proclamation to the people. Anyone trembling with fear is to go back and watch from Mount Gilboa. 22,000 of the people went back and 10,000 remained." Yahweh said to Gideon, "There are still too many people. Take them down to the waterside and I shall sort them out for you there. If I say of someone, he is to go with you, that man is to go with you. And if I say of anyone, he's not to go with you, that man is not to go." Okay, how long did this take? 10,000 soldiers. And God looked at each one and said, "Yep, this one, nope, not that one, yep, this one." Come on now, seriously? So Gideon took the people down to the waterside, and Yahweh said to him, "All those who lap the water with their tongues, as a dog laps, put these on one side. And all those who kneel down to drink, put these on the other side." What's the difference? All those who lap the water with their tongues, as a dog laps, put these on one side. Well, they also, what did they do that from? A standing position? They went down on their knees too, didn't they? And all those who kneel down to drink, put these on the other side. Huh? At least one could have put in there and used their hands to cup the water and drink it from their hands. No. Okay. The number of those who lapped with their oh, okay. The number of those who lapped with their hands to their mouth was 300. All the rest of the people had knelt to drink. Huh? How does that not make sense? I thought they were supposed to kneel. Okay. Yahweh then said to Gideon, doesn't make sense. With the 300 who lapped the water, I shall rescue you and put Midian into your power. Let the people as a whole disperse to their homes. What? So the ones that were like dogs? Oh, I can't. I just don't know what this all means. Or how this all came to be. Okay, what does it matter? Let the people, yeah, right, it obviously didn't matter because this is really confusing. Let the people as a whole disperse to their homes. So they took the people's provisions and their horns, and then Gideon sent all the Israelites back to their tents, keeping only the 300. The camp of Midian was below his in the valley. So instead of 32,000, 22 went home, 10 stayed, then in 300, only 300. Out of 32,000, only 300 stayed. An omen of victory. Now it happened that same night that Yahweh said to him, get up and go down to the camp. I am putting it into your power. If, however, you are nervous about going, go down to the camp with your servant Purah. Listen to what they are saying, and that will encourage you to go down to the camp. So with his servant Purah, he went down to the edge of the outposts of the camp. Midian, Amalek, and all the sons of the east were deployed in the valley as thick as locusts. Their camels were as innumerable as the sand on the seashore. Oh, come on. What an overstatement. Gideon got there just as a man was telling his comrade a dream. He was saying, this was the dream I had. A cake made of barley, bread came rolling into the camp of Midian. It came to a tent, struck against it, and turned it upside down. His comrade replied, this can only be the sword of Gideon, son of Joash, the Israelite. God has put Midian and the whole camp into his power. So they know about God. When Gideon heard the dream thus told and interpreted, he bowed in reverence. He then went back to the camp of Israel and said, on your feet, for Yahweh has put the camp of Midian into your power. The surprise attack. Gideon then divided his 300 men into 3 groups. To each he gave a horn and an empty pitcher with a torch inside each pitcher. He said to them, watch me and do as I do. When I reach the edge of the camp, whatever I do, you must do also. I shall blow my horn, and so will all those who are with me. And you too will then blow your horns all around the camp and shout for Yahweh and for Gideon. Oh, for Yahweh and for Gideon. I guess so they know it's Gideon. Gideon and his 100 companions reached the edge of the camp at the beginning of the middle watch. When the new sentries had just been posted, they blew their horns and smashed the pitchers in their hands. The 3 groups blew their horns and smashed their pitchers. With their left hands, they grasped the torches. With their right hands, the horns for blowing them. And they shouted, the sword for Yahweh and for Gideon. And they stood still, spaced out round the camp. The whole camp was thrown into confusion, and the Midianites fled, shouting, while the 300 blew their horns. Yahweh made each man turn his sword against his comrade throughout the entire camp. They all fled as far as Beth Hashitah in the direction of Saraton, as far as the bank of Abel Meholah opposite Tabat. The pursuit. The men of Israel mustered from Naphtali, Asher, and all Manasseh and pursued Midian. Gideon sent messengers throughout the highlands of Ephraim to say, come down to meet Midian. Seize the water points ahead of them as far as Beth Barah and the Jordan. Oh. All the men of Ephraim mustered and seized the water points as far as Beth Barah and the Jordan. They captured the 2 Midianite chieftains, Oreb and Zeb. They killed Oreb at Oreb's rock and Zeb at Zeb's winepress. They pursued Midian. And they brought the heads of Oreb and Zeb to Gideon on the other side of the Jordan. Yuck. What is it with cut off heads and present them to... that's not barbaric. I don't know what is. That's war, whatever. Oh, that's the end of 7. Okay, so there you go. I guess it was a good strategy. Again, how one has to wonder, I mean, would I fall for something like that? If I were a general or something? I don't know. One would have to talk to some seasoned generals, right, who are used to doing war and this and that. You know, now, I mean, gosh, at that time, it was, I guess, face to face, more or less. Here's a strategy, and I guess, I don't know, strategies weren't really a thing. I have no idea. Warfare. And here is Gideon, comes up with a good plan. Maybe he had a dream too, it doesn't say, right? Not sure. What was the thing about the torch and the pitchers? It doesn't say what that was supposed. The horns, I could see this. I guess that's pretty loud, right? Yes. And depending, as this are an echo in the valley, that where the Midians were stationed, and it sounded a lot loud. Okay, so yeah, okay. And no doubt, as Gideon went with his servant Purah, to spy on them, right? Yes, probably the Midianites done the same thing before and going, man, there's a lot of them, right? Again, on how it's described how many camels they had, and the soldier was like locusts and the camels like sand on the beach. Come on now, seriously? You believe that? I don't, right? Makes for a good story though, again. So there may have not been that many to start with. And but the Midianites were worried, if that's true, about what they heard. So here, suddenly, in the middle of the night, so there was no time when they would fight against each other or something. It was like one camp surprising the other. I mean, how did that really work? And then how much was God involved in all that? I don't know. But there you go. Victory. The victory was the 2 heads of those chieftains of the Midianites. All right. Gross. Why would they even do that? Here you won. Let the let the dead go back home so they can be properly buried by their families. Wouldn't that be? I just don't know. As I don't understand certain things that are going on with people in the world today. I don't get this either. I have no idea. I know God's not involved in that, so I don't care what anybody says. That's not God. I think God was trying to guide the Israelites. I don't know. It doesn't say enough. It seems what we're getting at in the Bible, in this particular book now, again, as I guess in the other ones beforehand, is that the victories over other people, right? The only way it seems like that God can make an impression on the Israelites, according to the stories, is that with a few, making sure, the reason for that is making sure that God gets the credit for the slaughter or the killing or the taking over territory of others, or this, and is the victories, right? Of what? What kind of victories are these? Really? I don't know. I don't understand it. Maybe because I'm a woman. Maybe guys have a better idea on what that is all about. They have somewhere here in the United States, I just saw a little video someone shared where on the 4th of July they take these old cars, they even paint them, this, and they throw them over a cliff, and there's nobody in it, and they just flying cars, right? And they come down and smash, guess they get cleaned up afterwards, I don't know. And I'm watching this, and it's kind of the music that goes with it, it's kind of, and you're watching this, and I was watching it, and going, what are they doing, and why? What's that for? So, okay, not saying it was silly to watch, okay? And it's a tradition they have somewhere here in the United States where you do that on the 4th of July. Okay, flying cars. You can't see the top of it, so literally all you see is these cars just whoo, right? Catapulted over the cliff. I have to say this is a guy thing. The first time this has to be a guy thing. I have no idea why anybody would do this. For what reason? Just, it's fun. It's fun to watch. And this, that. And it's kind of, yes, I get it. I get the purpose of it. Eludes me completely. There it is. Again, that doesn't mean I'm against it. I have to go out there now and start protesting against flying cars, okay, on the 4th of July. It's not it. I'm just saying, what's the purpose of it? What's that? What? All right. I'm just saying. Anyway. So, war. It's got to be a guy thing. I have no idea why anyone would want to eliminate others for whatever reason. I'm not getting it. Anyway, that's all I have to say today. I'll be busy another day. Yes. The shells also we use for framing on the pictures. Yes, looks really nice. Though my daughter says, Mom, how about you paint the shells? They're not, to me, they look beautiful just in the natural thing. She has a little different idea, right? Well, we'll do both. There you go. I guess it's one of those things when you're so down to earth, right? Though one could say, no, she's nuts and crazy and she lives part way in Spirit World, she thinks, and this and that. But for me, it's the other way around. I feel I'm very grounded, right? I see beauty in things that people have to change around, this and that, and can't leave it just as it is, right? Yes. So to me, most people who you have to have it done in a way then where now you have it as you want it, but the natural beauty has disappeared. That's, for me, those are people that kind of floating around, not connected to Earth. Yes, yeah, in many different ways. So there it is. Another day. It's clear today. It's going to be hot and humid. We're going to be putting on our bathing suits and going swim in the creek. Yes, yes, that's what we're going to do today. Hang out down there, bring our picnic, and I'm going to go try and get some more of those flowers. There are so many of them that cutting a few and letting them bloom out in water on a table isn't any different. Right. Then, right, leaving them down there. Nobody can see them there. I have no idea what flower that is. Need to go and check it out. Yes, I couldn't get close enough. Can't really see what it is. It looks like a big old, what are they called? They come up in the, even through the snow sometimes. Okay. One of them was a lily, a type of lily. This is completely different. Anyway, okay, see, I could go on and on and on about this, not just because there's so much beautiful stuff here. I'm just amazed. I've never seen it like this in the summer here. So much, growth. This night I went home in the spring last time I was here, so didn't get to see quite as much. Yes. God's love and blessings always. May He protect you, and I will talk to you all another time.